toxicity of self-love is one of the major problems in society right now. Yes, you're supposed to love yourself. Yes, you should have certain pride, and well, I don't want to use the word pride, but yes, you should have a certain we'll just use the word pride, or be proud about what you do, or you should be in love with certain things about yourself. But you're not supposed to do it to the point where you're not a functional person amongst those around you, where you're just all for you, or where that your self-love makes you blind to your flaws. Because self-love, when it's toxic, eventually turns into self-hate. Because you're doing so much to try to show that you love yourself, or can't pander to yourself, that other parts of your life deteriorate. Your relationship deteriorates, your career deteriorates, your personal health may deteriorate. You're going to draw from something else, because we're not made to be all into ourselves. We're made to be able to interact with other humans, give to humans, and take from other humans. But what you see is men are becoming lovers of themselves, men and women. Vanity reigns right now. Peace, love, life, balance. What's going on, family? I want to talk about this real quick. Now, if you're emotional, or if you're in the matrix where you feel you have to go red or blue, right or left, and you don't understand how to take things for what they actually are, this video is not for you. But if you're someone who can think objectively and put down your emotions and your butt hurt feelings about certain things that you personally went through, and understand things for what they are, then this is for you. I want to talk about a very important scripture, because it's very descriptive of the times that we're in today. And what I notice is a lot of times with these a lot of the so-called life coaches, manosphere guys, a lot of the red pill guys, and a lot of femininity coaches, the get your bag up sisters, all these people, they use the scriptures, but they'll pick and choose what they want to use. They'll pick the ones that describe and try to go against their just like a crooked pastor do, a prosperity preacher do. They'll pick the ones that fit their narrative, but they ignore the rest. When the scriptures tell you got to understand the whole scroll. Now, what y'all have to understand about the scriptures is that you're trained to either look at it as a literal book and take it over literally, not state it what it was, or to try to ignore it. Particularly in the black community, you either hear this is Jesus' word, 100%, no chaser, or this is the white man's book, and both are wrong. Both sides are indefinitely wrong. It's really just the laws of the universe. It's filled with allegories and things that we can relate to. The reason you see a lot of other cultures, but it's a summary book of basically all the scriptures of our ancestors if you're black. So our ancestors actually wrote the Bible. So stands for white man's book. That shows you're unlearned, and no even African scholar would say that. They'd say that it's been translated by white men and things of that nature. They wouldn't say that. But I want to talk about one in particular real quick. In 2 Timothy 3:2, it talks about that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. Men, and men is talking about mankind, period. Not just men as far as gender. For men should be, but mainly men. That's what's going on. Let's just be honest about it. It's taught right here in this scripture, but you can see that it's definitely going on with the women as well, because the women follow the men's lead. So it may look more grotesque from the women at a certain time, but understand at one point in time, whether it was this year, last year, 10, 20, 30, 100 years ago, men had the lead and we dropped the ball. So, for men should be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, covetous. You see a lot of times the YouTubers, especially in social media, they want to basically talk about things that they want to talk about what other content creators are doing, what other people are doing. They're always looking at other people's things. Boasters, always boasting, proud, blasphemers, proud, talking shit about the Bible and this and that, or using it for selfish gain and filthy lucre. Disobedience to parents. We see a lot of that. We're not even going to that. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. Because I talk about balance. I don't think a man should lead with his emotions, but I do think a man has to be understanding how to balance his emotions. And if you're emotionless, you're just a robot and a human. The emotion part is what makes us human. It's a big part. It's not the only part, but it's a big part of what makes us human. And natural affection is a part. Emotion is a part of that, but affection, I'll break it down later. And affection and emotion are two different things. But what you guys think is actually emotions, it's actually natural affections. Emotions aren't good when you understand how words are reworded, and I'm gonna get into that later about how emotions are never good. Natural affection is good, but that's what you guys think of as emotions. But I'll use the word emotions for now. Truth breakers, people don't keep their word. False accusers, we see a lot of that. We see a lot of that, man, and like I've been through several false accusations myself, and I see people go through all the time, and it's something that gets no coverage. It's a lot higher than what people, because how they do statistics, that is, trust me, it's a lot higher than what people would say false accusations. Let's keep going. Incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Yeah, if you're doing something good or righteous, man, you're gonna get hated hard right now. Traitors, a lot of people that was in the truth traded from the truth. That was in a way they traded. They went to the world, they went to things, and never came back, never wanted to look back, and now they're against it. Heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power. So we are in these times right now. Yeah, I did a video about we are in the times of Isaiah 3. We in a lot of time. It ain't gonna be just one scripture. A lot of the prophecies are colliding, Old Testament and New Testament. So because a lot of these prophecies are colliding, that is a sign that we are in the last times, because things are speeding up. So a lot of prophecies that you read, whether it's Old Testament or New Testament, we just read in 2 Timothy, which we consider, so there's no such thing as Old Testament or New Testament. That's a whole nother video. Really, there's no such thing as Old or New Testament. All right, but for sake of knowledge, for sake of consumption, we'll use those placemakers. So in the Old Testament and New, you see a lot of these prophecies in Isaiah. The prophecy about Isaiah 3 about we're seeing that going on with especially the black women, which are the daughters of Zion, and the men falling by the sword, the men of the world falling by the sword, the men that they love fall by the sword. We've seen that with these rappers, athletes. Not athletes, but yeah, some athletes too. Gangsters, whatever it may be, the thugs, all getting cut down, getting their life cut short, and they being left to have to go seven. They're getting to the point where they're getting left with. They're already at that point where it's 7 women to 1 man. All right, so we also seeing in the New Testament a lot of prophecies. They're colliding. Now a lot of y'all, the way time elapses in work, a lot of you guys don't understand that time, the measurement of time that we're given is though it is that measurement. Some years are faster than others. Some years are slower than others. Remember, the scripture it says that for the Most High, 1,000 years is like a day, and a day is like 1,000 years. So a meaning of that is that time is also relevant to the time that it's in. If you notice in 2020 felt like three different years, and then 2021 came and was just over. It came and went like nothing. And now in 2022, it's kind of like you know, kind of a normal year where it's moving kind of fast, but it's not moving kind of slow. Like 2020 was like 3 different years in one, because it literally was. A lot of things had to be put in. So you're seeing the aftermath is that we're seeing these things always existed. You can go back in 1970. I can read these same scriptures and it'll be examples out there. But the thing is that's unique about right now is that it is the prevalent examples. This is the norm of society for men and women to be like this. Self-love, the toxicity of self-love. The toxicity of self-love is one of the major problems in society right now. Yes, you're supposed to love yourself. Yes, you should have certain pride, and well, I don't want to use the word pride, but yes, you should have a certain you know, we'll just use the word pride, or be proud about what you do, or you should be in love with certain things about yourself. But you're not supposed to do it to the point where you're not a functional person amongst those around you, where you're just all for you, or where that your self-love makes you blind to your flaws. Because self-love, when it's toxic, eventually turns into self-hate. Because you're doing so much to try to show that you love yourself, or pander to yourself, that the other parts of your life deteriorate. Your relationship deteriorates, your career deteriorates, your personal health may deteriorate. You're going to draw from something else, because we're not made to be all into ourselves. We're made to be able to interact with other humans, give to humans, and take from other humans. But what you see is men are becoming lovers of themselves, men and women. Vanity reigns right now. I read to y'all earlier in the video, like about 3 and 2. Let's chop it again. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters. That's everybody. Everybody on social media wants what everybody else got. They covetous, boasters. Everybody got to talk about what they doing. Or this, I just did this, and it seems innocent and sweet because it's normalized. We normalize this behavior. That's the difference between now and me saying this in the 70s, is that yeah, it was going on 50, 40, 30, 20 years ago, but now it's the prevalent thing. It's to be this. It's to be someone who's a lover of their own self. It's to be someone who's covetous. It's to be someone who is a boaster. To be someone who is proud. To be a blasphemer, to just say, oh, the Bible ain't shit. It's to be a blasphemer, that's the normal thing. That's the difference between now and then. That's why we are truly in the last days. Disobedience to parents. People, that ain't just talking about kids that's little kids. It's talking about those of y'all who you know, you disobey to the parents, or what, like I'm in the movement. You got liberal Democrats that's Malcolm X warned y'all how to deal with the liberals. He told y'all, and they've gotten worse over time. Now I'm neither liberal nor Republican, but how can you have a poster of Malcolm X, you know, a father to us in the movement, and then you going to support Joe Biden? That don't make no goddamn sense. It's disrespectful. It's disobedient to your parents who told you don't fuck with them, don't trust them. Unthankful. You know, people not thankful for the thing. They always want more. Unholy. They're not willing to cleanse themselves. They do all types of filth and justify it. So we are in the last times. We're in the times of Isaiah 3 and 2. People have a form of godliness. People want to use the Bible for what they, not just the preachers. Listen to a lot of these content creators, these red pill guys. They use the Bible to fit certain narratives. Look at even these femininity coaches and all. They use the Bible for a little bit, but they don't want to really actually go into the whole thing. They want to skip over the part. They want to just say, oh, you know, well, we'll pass. Just like the preachers. It's no different. So because we're in these times, family, it's quintessential and important for you to be aware. I got a track. I said you can be woke but not be aware. All right, you got to be aware of what's really going on, because you'll be ever learning, as it says in the same scripture, but never coming to the knowledge of the truth. A lot of y'all got all this knowledge. You got everything but the truth. You know this history. You know this. You know that. You know everything but the truth. You got all these books. This. You can quote this. You got this diet. You got everything but the truth. And the truth is what sets you free. You ain't, you know, the truth. Yeah, it's cool to have knowledge of self. It's cool to love yourself. But it becomes toxic when that's you wasn't put on earth to do that. There's not a human being that was born where their whole purpose was to love themselves. Loving yourself is not a purpose. Your purpose is to make an impact, all right, on the universe and others around you that can last. Not to love yourself. Self-love is not a purpose. Self-love is it can be therapeutic. It can be helpful. It can get you up to the point to get to your purpose, but it's not a purpose. So remember that, family. Peace, love, life, balance.